Hello, people of the interwebs. Welcome back to my Let's Play of Muppet Monster Adventure Blind for RGOGNOCA, really good old games no one cares about. I am WanderGirl108, and I'm sure you can tell from my tone of voice that this video, the finale, where I see the ending cutscene and beat the final boss and all that, is something I've already done. It had to happen for the finale. It just had to. Because of course it did. Of course the finale would corrupt. So you won't get to see all of my, oh, we're doing thises, and oh, we're doing that's, and all my genuine reactions of shock. No. No, we have to do it this way. So anyway, I almost had a thought, because it's possible, I haven't checked yet, that the audio from that recording is still there. And I could maybe chop up that audio and put it into the video. But do I just pretend? Is that what I do? Do I just say the same things I said when I tried to record this a minute ago? I don't understand why this keeps happening. But anyway, trying again. So I got mixed up right before ending the last video. I forgot which way allowed me to backtrack so I could redo the slide, and which one would push me forward so that I couldn't backtrack. But as I discovered when I already recorded this part, I'll be able to backtrack pretty soon anyway. And in the meantime, I now have 5 hit point slots. I did manage to get up to 5 hit points in the first attempt of this, so we'll see if it happens again. But even if it does, it won't be nearly as exciting. I swear, my videos have corrupted more trying to play this blind than it has with any other series. I don't want to be angry for the finale. I really don't. Because honestly, this game ends on a pretty good note. It's not perfect. And honestly, it hasn't been perfect, but we have gone on quite a journey with this little frog. And, I want to just be happy. And if I hadn't tried to record my first time reactions to this game, and I had just, played the game. Oh, by the way, this is the backtrack that I mentioned. I can backtrack now. Which is good, because I missed some stuff on the slide. But, this game, I think half of my ill will towards this game purely comes from the pain of videos corrupting when I'm trying to record my first time reactions. I'm pretty sure that I would feel a lot more charitable towards this game if that hadn't happened. But, here we are. And this is my last day to record these videos before my life gets extremely hectic and off the rails, so I can't just try again when I feel like it. I have to finish it now. Trying to debate whether or not I'm going to actually tell you what it is that's happening. That's going to explain why I'm not going to be able to record for a while after this. Because, on the one hand, it's really no one's business. But on the other hand, it's a perfectly valid explanation. Oh, dear. Feel free to guess in the comments. Let's go with that. Oh, wait, I went the wrong way again. Why am I stupid? I ask myself this question frequently. I'm not going to say every day, but frequently. And the answer is because I'm human. It doesn't explain why my recording software is stupid. Or maybe it's the hardware, I don't know. anyway.
Waka waka woo!
But yeah, this game has been quite a journey. We've seen a lot of things. Had some good times. We've had some frustrating times. Overall, I'd say it's been a good ride. I'm gonna try to be careful with this 5th hit point slot. It didn't end up mattering, if you're wondering, in the previous version of this episode. But we'll see if it ends up mattering this time. Maybe it will. You know, it is interesting that in order to get to the final boss of this game, you can only miss 2 Muppet tokens in total. Like, at all. You know? Oh yeah. And now we're doing this. A split slide. Oh yeah, I mentioned... Okay. I said in the previous version of this episode, water levels are something people like to dog on. Oh, and I'm not going to get a 5th hit point now. There just isn't enough health left. I'm pretty sure. Oh well. I can get up to 4 at least. I went into the final boss with 4 in the last version, so...
Flying like an eagle again, but not to the sea. That's too far.
Yeah, sure, let's do this. I do like fly-through ring sequences, especially when this game, like, auto-adjusts your height. So you just have to steer. And I enjoy these. But yeah, I was saying, people don't like water levels. I think water levels can be done well. Obviously, I understand the stigma. But I think water levels can be done well. I think Spyro did some very nice water levels. I cannot think of a single instance of ice physics being something I welcomed in a game.
Good work, Robin. You earned this Muppet token, okay?
But, I mean, I guess if they were going to put something to make the final level challenging... Not bothering with you, buddy. I mean, I guess ice physics works. It does the job. And now we just go down the slide and try not to fall off. Yeah. Okay, that wasn't so bad. The slides aren't as bad as you think. Yeah, I think that's the last hit point pickup in the game. Unfortunately. I think. I might be wrong. But I'm pretty sure it is. But hey, I have 4 hit points. That was always the dream. And I have experienced having 5. Even if I didn't get to show you, wonderful people of the interwebs, what that looks like. Ugh. And it didn't matter. Oh. Yeah, let's do this race now.
Are you out of breath yet? No, I am okay.
Now this race pulls an annoying thing that caught me off guard the first time. So you know how I had to go through a whole bunch of hoops just to get up? Oh, for one thing, it wants you to slide with precision through the flags on the slide, which is wonderful. You know how I had to go through a bunch of hoops to get up here? Yeah, they just changed how it worked for the sake of the race. That threw me for a bit. I got lost the first time. Ah!
Ow!
Well, that was bound to happen eventually.
Oh, this is sad. You should have beaten him, Robin. Next time you will, okay?
Okay, no, it doesn't affect my health pickups. Not that it matters, I'm pretty sure. But... eh. Ah! Ah!
Wow!
I didn't struggle with it last time I recorded this.
Robin. Next time you will, okay?
I guess I'm just impatient. Yeah, recording this blind for the channel was a mistake. Plain and simple. Okay, we're good.
Hey, you beat him. Cough up the Muppet token, okay?
Very interested to hear if that's a new voice line. Or if he just says the same thing he usually does and that's not... I don't know. Oh, would you not? Ugh. And in the end, having 5 hit point slots didn't matter for this video. But hey, I know what it's like to have 5 hit points. I'm sorry I didn't get to show it to you, but I did get to have that experience. Which is funny, because, like, for the whole game, I wanted to have 4. And then I finally got to know what it was like to have 5. And now I'm not even going to get to show you what that feels like. Unless, of course, the audio kept, and I can keep the audio clip of when that happened. I still don't know if I can do that, since I'm recording all of this on the same day, out of necessity. Ow! Things should not be able to aim at you if you can't see them. That's not fair. Ugh. Yeah, I'm ready to be done with this series. And
Unbelievable! You have collected enough Muppet tokens to open the next Muppet monster boss, okay?
yeah, that's it. And that's where I remarked on how... did I remark on that? On how it's interesting that you're only allowed to miss 2 in the whole game? It's also interesting that the level with the most evil energy in it is the one that is the last one that can be unlocked with evil energy, so there's no reason to collect any of it unless you're going for completion, which I am, but still. Yeah, this is this. We wrap back around to the start. I do like that. We grab this. And I do love that the final Muppet token count is 108. That's amazing. That makes me really happy. And that's everything. I'm not sure about 8100 evil energy. That seems like a number that just meant they didn't plan things out very well, but whatever. And now for the final boss. The Mystery of the Master. And of course, since I know what to do this time, it should go a lot more easily. I'm sorry you guys didn't get to see me struggle.
Be careful, okay?
Your defeat will be music to my...
So I kind of lost it for a second. The first time I saw this. Because we've heard, I think like twice, about the Master of Ceremonies, with no idea what that even meant. And there really was no way of knowing, because we knew the names of all the other bosses from the start, because we got amulets that gave us power-ups based on their abilities. This is the only boss we didn't get an amulet for, so we didn't know his name, and we have no way of knowing his name until the end. Unless I'm just dumb for not putting that together, which is entirely possible. Anyway. So yes, I was a little confused because I didn't like fully process Pepe's instructions right away. I just heard like hit 4 things 3 times. So what we're doing is, ow, we hit the switch. Ah, I'm screwing up. I'm rushing. And I blew it. You know what? I'm just gonna die. It didn't matter anyway. In the first recording of this, I also died because I was still figuring out what to do. So yeah. You hit the switch and the thing pops up that's like, it doesn't even look like it's a thing. That's part of why I didn't realize it was a thing. It's because it doesn't look like it is. But yeah, these are things for some reason. And there is no variation between phases. We just do literally the exact same thing 3 times. There have been worse boss fights in this game than this. Hello, Miss Piggy. But yeah, the fact that the phases don't change. That's a little disappointing. But it could be worse. We have seen worse. And there we go.
So, you have taken me to the coda at last. Oh, where am I? I last remember working on a machine that was supposed to make things good. And then, I don't know. Perhaps I turned the dial in the wrong direction. Well, whatever the case, I believe we all owe you a great debt of gratitude.
I love that. And then...
Are you all right, Robin?
Robin, can you hear me?
You guys aren't monsters.
Monsters?
What happened?
It seems my uncle's servant, Chives, gave you a bit of a fright.
Dreadfully sorry, sir.
That's when you fainted.
I had the strangest dream. There was this evil guy, and he had turned you all into monsters. But Dr. Honeydew, Beaker, Pepe, and I escaped to a secret lab. That's where Dr. Honeydew made me a power glove to change you all back to normal. I went around and fought monsters. I even turned into them, too. And I saved the whole village.
What an imaginative dream.
Sounds like a good idea for a video game again. It's true. This way, everyone.
Who's that?
That's my master, Baron Petrie von Honeydew.
My dear departed uncle, and a renowned scientist and inventor in his own right.
How weird. He was in my dream, too.
You must have seen the painting before you fainted.
I guess.
This way to your room.
I went around and fought monsters. I even turned into them, too. Wow. And I saved the whole village. Wow.
So yeah, I didn't hear any of that, but I was right. I called it. So now we have a curtain call, it seems. And it's interesting that this isn't a credit sequence. It's just a curtain call. I don't know if anyone's saying anything right now. Yeah, I called it. I said it was gonna end with a, it was all a dream, or was it? I predicted exactly that, and I was right. I just love the idea, the implication that the reason this all happened was because he was making a machine to turn things good and turn the dial the wrong way. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good. And I mean, we could like imagine of how like it was some sort of purgatory he was in and we were called to fix it or whatever. I don't know. I also love the implication that he also has a very tall, skinny assistant, like Dr. Bunsen, only it's a butler instead of a lab assistant. I like that. I like that little butler guy. Don't know what that was that Robin just did. And does Pepe get a curtain call? Can we get Pepe, please? No. No, Pepe doesn't get to do a curtain call. Ah, well. I don't know if this was voice acted, but yeah. So, assuming it didn't corrupt this time, I'm going to cut this video here, and then I'm going to get all the coins, and then I'm going to come back. No time's going to pass for you guys. But I'm going to come back, and we're going to look at all of the bonus content, okay? All right. BRB.
I'd be there now if I was old enough to drive.
All right. Here we are. As you can see, I have all the coins in the game. 492 is the number, which, again, interesting number. I feel like there should have been an extra level. Sorry if you can hear that. Fireworks are happening. I'm recording this on the 4th. Maybe not a good idea. Anyway, I feel like there should have been an extra level with, like, 2 more Muppet tokens, 400 more evil energy, and 8 more coins. That would have made all the numbers nice and round. And quite frankly, for 100%ing the game, I should have gotten a bonus level with that, because that's how these games used to work. But I don't think there was a reward for getting 100%. I know there was that blurb at the end where Pepe said, you know, you should be proud. I don't know. He probably says something different if you don't have everything when you reach the end. I've never beaten this game not at 100%, so I don't know. By the way, the credits started rolling after that scene, or that screen, I should say, where the save option was. And I needed to cut the recording before I saved just to make sure it didn't corrupt. So I didn't know. So I skipped the credits, actually. You didn't get to see that. And when I realized what was happening, I hit the record button again, but guess what happened? So anyway, let's see what the gallery has in store. No. Okay. Okay. Is this fan art? Oh, that's from Muppet Treasure Island. Okay, this is interesting. This is concept art. Miss Pigula. I bet the prompt was Muppets as monsters for this fan art.
And downright thrive. If I am brave and strong.
Oh, is this like art of one of the people who works there?
Won't take a dive. I'd be there now if I.
Okay, that's concept art. I can't read that.
Near. Clear I will steer. For it's been said ghouls can smell fear.
We're on our rounds. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing, testing, testing.
I don't think I should be playing clips because I heard that time there was audio. So that's fan art.
Up to no good.
Regina V29 drew this. I feel like I should judge, but honestly, I couldn't do better. For 7 years old, this is pretty impressive. Oh, is this again one of the people who works there? Or worked on the game?
I will survive and soon arrive. I've hopped through darkened swamps like this since I was 5.
27. Again,
Too less than
I couldn't do better.
I'm small and green.
But my question is, why are these, like, late 20-year-olds, 20-somethings, like, drawing with crayon? I mean, I guess that's not fair. I shouldn't judge. But, I mean, this was back in 2000 when,
Here's our school motto, kick your feet.
I don't know, people were less mindful of stuff. I don't know what I'm trying to get at here. I'm gonna shut up. That's more concept art. So yeah, I went through the whole game, killing all the enemies, and I realized that the little enemy getting bigger, that's in the final level, that happened halfway through the game as well, with bunnies. And then the Yetis happened later, and it was like the same mechanic, which was interesting. I'm just gonna give quick glimpses of those, because I mean, this channel isn't monetized, but I don't wanna... I cannot read that. Ooh! Some of the modeling. Interesting. That was from Muppet Christmas Carol. That one.
May not save the day, though it points.
Okay, so this is going to be fan art, concept art,
I'll try to.
videos. What is this? Okay, not sure why that wasn't unlockable, but whatever. I don't know what movie that one's from. Ah! So the animation modeling. Is this a drawing? Okay, more of the 3D modeling. Guess someone didn't like that guy. That. Interesting screenshots from movies.
At least it hasn't rained. Rest sure could
Ooh. Okay, that's pretty impressive. Also pretty impressive. I think I know what this is. Lord Arcantos did tell me one of the things that was going to be in here. Yeah, the way to find secrets in this game is to unlock these. And it's gonna get worse. Ooh! What is this music? Uh-huh. Ooh! I do love concept art. Ah! So what's this then? Is this the... Oh.
Good luck, Master Robin.
Okay. I wish I could read any of that. Huh. Huh. $41. I mean, not bad, but... Eh.
Ugh, what a waste.
Pepe. I mean, I guess more than anything, this is a testament to, like, what a broad age range the Muppets have in fans. And how long they've been going, also. That's pretty good. Missed this. Oh, funny. I think this one might be from, No, it can't be.
Monsters? Well,
That's also from Muppet Treasure Island. Is this a drawing? It doesn't look like a drawing, but at the same time, parts of it do. It's pretty good. Ooh!
Oh, hey! And downright
Modeling. There's some concept art. As I was saying, I do love concept art. I love that peek behind the curtain as to what the foundation of the story was and maybe how it evolved over time. I don't know who that's supposed to be, but it's pretty good. Ah, and we've got 3 more golden clips here.
Cruising the grounds. Cruising the grounds.
Interesting.
You know he can't just sit.
Alright, what's this one? Oh! Okay. It's that secret. See, there's nothing wrong with these secrets that I'm seeing already, because they were perfectly findable even without this hint. But... Ooh! That's creative. Don't know what it's supposed to mean.
Cruising the grounds. As George, you know he. Cruising the grounds.
Cool. Wait, what?
Good luck, Master Robin.
But this is the same scene.
Cruising the grounds.
Oh! Is it like an alternate version? Are we gonna get alternate version? How do I know which one's which? How am I supposed to be able to tell?
Cruising the grounds.
Different concepts for Cur Monster. Which one is this? Oh! Yeah. Yep, confirmation. That's literally the only way to get up there.
Cruising the grounds.
So yes, those impossible to figure out secrets, they're impossible to figure out by design. I'm guessing that golden one down there is going to be one of the fake walls. So thank you, Lord Arcantos, for spoiling that for me. I'm not mad. They're a reliable viewer, which I appreciate, of course. But yeah, that's a thing. That was from Muppets in Space. This is the worst boss fight ever. That's for the thumbnail. That bit is for the thumbnail, absolutely. Ooh.
I've hopped through darkened swamps like this since I was 5.
Ah, all the different morphs.
To last the night. I'm small and green, but
Ooh.
makes might.
We may be ghouls, but we're no fools.
Concepts for the different morphs.
We've memorized the rules.
Interesting.
We've memorized the rules.
Very nice.
We've memorized
Wow.
the rules. Each badge of
Oh, is this like a Gonzo thing?
merit. Here's our
Interesting.
kick your feet up while we share it.
Which one's this one? Oh, this secret. But you see, these secrets that they've shown so far, they were perfectly findable. And I liked that about them. I like them less now that I know they're spoiled here. Because that's just cheap. Like, that's taking away the experience of looking and finding organically. What's this? Okay. Again, don't know why that's an unlockable clip. Ooh! That's neat. So yeah, I guess these ones from movies. It's a fun little game to play. How many of these movies do you recognize? Ooh! That's cool. Is this one? Yeah, this is the one that just shows you this. So yeah, those things being, just like filler. It was worse than you thought all along. Oh. Interesting way to depict a coworker.
May not save the
Ah, kamikaze penguins. Where did they have helmets? Although I guess they are spiked helmets.
strength I'll
Very nice. Is this... Yes. Yeah, I really hate that. I hate everything about that. That sucks.
Good stew. How about frog fondue?
And what is this music? 4 years old. Very nice.
Good luck, Master Robin.
I don't remember this enemy. Are these drawings? Again, it's hard to tell sometimes.
My energy is all but drained. At least it
Huh.
rained.
Wonder what the concept for that was.
Sure could aid my quest.
Well, glad.
Very nice.
But first one last refrain. Hey!
Very creepy. Also very creepy. This is very good. Also very creepy and very good. It's got like a... I don't know. It looks like something I've seen. But very good. To be fair to Jill here, that's about as good as I could do. Not everyone can draw, and that's okay. Pepe.
Okay.
Again, is this a drawing or not?
I will survive.
That's a good drawing. Yeah, so that was the last of the secrets that you can get in clips, but it's like, what? Why? Why not just make secrets and trust the player to find them? Why do it this way? I don't understand.
I will survive
I don't like it.
and downright thrive.
This is cool.
Thrive and downright thrive.
Go.
And downright thrive. If I am brave and strong, I just might
So 5 years old, to be fair, but like I don't even know what this is supposed to be.
dive. I'd be
I wonder though.
was old enough
I wonder what exactly the intent behind this was, because I know when I was a kid I doodled, but like the doodles had some very significant meaning to me. I just couldn't put them on the page, and to be fair, I still can't. So I wonder what this kid was thinking when he drew this.
Deep in the
I think you're forgetting someone again.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Pepe.
Peppy,
Pepe.
Peppy,
Pepe.
Peppy. Here again.
Okay, I'm thinking these videos are going to be bloopers, so I'm going to go back to the first couple. Just to see.
should.
Oh, wow. Either someone really didn't like this guy, or they were really having fun.
will survive
Or both.
and arrive. I've hopped through dark and
3.
since I was 5.
For a 3-year-old, that's impressive.
Fight to last the night. I'm small and green.
You're not even fully conscious then.
Might.
We may be ghouls.
Interesting. I wish I could read all this.
We've been through fright class and we've memorized each badge of merit. Name it, we'll scare it. Here's a
There's the size changing.
pick your feet up while we share it.
Did this actually appear in the game? Like, as I was saying about concept art, I don't like learning about the people behind any given creation, but I do love, like, seeing the thought process, what the ideas were.
More fun to share or
61-year-old drawing fan art. That alone I have to respect. A lot of this art's pretty good. Of the, like... Did that ever appear in the game? Why is this an unlockable clip? I don't understand.
Alone may not save the day.
Ah, that ship.
The way.
And the unlockable, the final unlockable in the game?
Mega Bruce first.
Oh, it's the manor. I see. No, wait, no. This is the temple. This is the snow temple. What am I talking about? But there's a tree there.
Frog fondue.
Whatever. I don't think it's worth getting all the coins in the game for this, but... Okay, going back. I'm going to play these clips again, properly this time, because apparently these aren't actually the in-game movies.
Vacation.
What about this one, though? No, that was this.
Good luck, Master Robin.
Wait, isn't that what this... the one that tipped me off did? Hold up.
Good luck, Master Robin.
Oh, right. That one burned Beaker. Okay. Well, these were fun.
My energy.
I feel like I should grab the credits now.
Rain. A bit of
So I'm just gonna skip ahead to that. I'll be right back.
Oh, where am I? I last remember working on a machine that was supposed to make things good. And then... I don't know. Perhaps I turned the dial in the wrong direction. Well, whatever the case, I believe we all owe you a great debt of gratitude.
Hey game, little tip. When the player replays the final boss, you're supposed to play the ending cutscene and the credits again. Because how else are they gonna see the credits again? Well, apparently I literally can't show you the credits without playing through the whole game again, and I don't have the time to do that. So, I'm gonna have to leave it here. Sorry, I can't actually show the credits. It's not my fault. I tried to record them when they came up, but, video corrupted. It does that. So, final thoughts. You know, this game, it had its ups and downs. I definitely would have liked it a lot more if I hadn't been playing it for the channel and trying to, like, get my first time reactions to things. Because then I wouldn't have had to replay parts just because, even though I did them. And that was definitely a big contributor to my annoyance. It had some good ideas. It had some horrible ideas. It had some nickels. It had some moments. Honestly, it's a pretty good game. Again, there are older games that did what it did better, but I liked it. And I would have liked it more if I'd played it on my own time, and I regret not doing that. Yeah. I thought this was pretty fun. I'm glad I tried it. Ignore everything I just said. So, funny story. While I was editing, I realized I talked over Pepe in the previous video, and for some reason I thought, oh, I can just play through the game again to get that voice clip, because I didn't think of going back. Because as it turns out, I have slightly more free time in the current situation than I thought I would. Not enough to start a new series, but at least enough to do some cleanup. And so, because I'm dumb, I did that, but on the other hand, I'm glad I did, because I've now played through the game on my own time. Not recording, not with the TV muted, got all the sounds and everything. And I am extremely sad to say that having played this game on my own time, my opinion on it has soured. I don't like saying that. It's just, I think the opposite of what I thought was happening was what was actually happening, where I realized that a lot of my frustration was coming from my wonky recording software. And so I attributed a lot of my frustration to that and didn't give enough where it was due, which was the game. Yeah. This game, it has a lot of problems, okay? For one thing, the collision is really wonky, especially on the edges of platforms, which, in a platformer, the last place you want dodgy collision is on the edge of the platforms, right? And a lot of this game's problems can be summed up to the animators were a little too proud of their animations. Like, I already talked about going in and out of the glide and why that can cause problems. I talked about why the fact that you hit the attack button when you're underwater and it takes a ridiculous amount of time for it to turn into an attack instead of being an instant, and how that causes problems. I groused a lot about the Cur Monster power-up, how you have to be completely finished with any movement action before you're allowed to let go of the block. Interestingly, the werebear thing doesn't have much of an issue, but I realized a bigger issue with Miss Piggy. That animation takes several seconds. There is no reason for this. See, while I was playing the first time through, whenever I had to use the Miss Piggy power-up, I would hold down the power-up button, because I thought I had to wind up. While playing through it again, I decided to just tap it just to see what would happen, to see if not holding it up would cancel the wind-up. It didn't. You tap the button, and then a 3-second animation plays before you're allowed to complete the action you pressed the button to do. I think it might also explain the delay on the blaster, because you have to, Robin has to lift his hand and start blasting. And when you hit the button, he starts lifting his hand. So there's a split second between pressing the button and the thing actually happening on screen. And you just can't do that. I understand being proud of your animation skills. I can't animate, obviously. I have no ground to, judge. But the thing about in a video game is when the player presses a button, it's reasonable for them to assume that the action will be automatic unless there's an active reason for them to think otherwise. Like in a simple 3D collectathon platformer like this, actions should immediately happen when you hit the button, not when the animation gets to the point that it says the thing can happen. Right? Like with Spyro, obviously when he breathes flames out, the flames fan out and will hit further away things, but if something's right up against you, the instant you hit the button, the attack happens. Right? There's no like wind up to it, he just breathes out. So that, I think, yeah, I think being too proud of the animations was a major problem here. But most of all, the game trying to ape Spyro worked only to its detriment, because it invites the comparison quite obviously. Like with the collectibles, you know, red is 1, green is 1, red is 2, blue is 5, yellow is 10, and then in Spyro, red is 1, green is 2, blue is 5, and yellow is 10. Like, it's not subtle, and not just for the graphics. Oh, by the way, I know the song that's playing right now has lyrics. I'm not going to let it play, partly because I don't know when it starts and when it ends because I'm not listening, and partly because this video is too long. If you want to know what the lyrics are, look it up. It doesn't sound like it's, you know, important at all, from what I can tell. But it did everything that Spyro did, but worse. And the fact that it invites the comparison only makes that stand out a lot more. I think the most egregious example is the health. By the way, while I was playing through a second time, I did get up to 5 hit points, repeatedly in fact. In fact, I managed to get another hit point slot after I got 5 hit points. Here's what happened. Okay, so here I am, as you can see. Observe, I have 5 hit points. Yes, that was actually really easy to achieve the second time around. Notice also I made it to 12 lives. I had a much easier time playing through this game the second time. Didn't make it more fun. Anyway, we have here a bonus hit point slot when I have 5 hit points. Observe. That accomplishment? Completely useless. Yeah, kind of makes that feel a little pointless. These credits are looping, by the way, so I can talk as long as I need to. But also the thing is with, like, the health fleeing from you. Obviously, in Spyro, the health are small flying things that run away from you. But there are 2 reasons it works in Spyro and not here. Reason number 1, in Spyro, the health is butterflies, and Sparks has to eat them to get health back. Things generally don't want to get eaten. But 2, so from an in-world perspective, it makes sense. Why is the health running away from Robin here? And 2, from a gameplay perspective, you don't have to chase the health. Sparks does it for you. Like, I think Sparks is probably definitely the most unique, interesting, and creative health bar in video game history. Because, like, you know, when he's there, he can actually help you with the collectibles, which is nice. He's also a health bar. He also, like, the health runs away, but he chases it so you can keep playing the game. Like, you don't have to take the time to chase down the health. So it's not a problem. Granted, you know, have your auto gem pickup thing out of commission for a second, but you can still, like, continue on with the game. In this game, it's just health, right? So it feels like it's trying to ape Spyro without understanding the things that made Spyro work. And the secrets especially really upset me because, first of all, some of them aren't supposed to be findable. You aren't supposed to be able to solve them on your own. You're supposed to unlock them, which is dumb, quite frankly. But the fact that even the ones that are solvable, you aren't expected to figure out on your own. You're supposed to just buy them. Or buy the answer. Like, not even a hint. You don't even buy a hint. You buy the answer. That just feels insulting. Like, there are secrets in Spyro that were not easy to figure out. There are secrets in Spyro that took me years to figure out. And when I did figure them out, I felt like a god. because there was no in-game hint. You had to figure it out, and it felt good to figure it out on your own. So even the solvable secrets being handed to you for going back through the levels and playing them all again to get a second pickup from the enemies, which in and of itself is just a really weird, dumb idea. But that just... It doesn't feel like the devs wanted the players to engage with the game. They just wanted the players to spend time on the game. Right? So it's... I found myself getting a lot more frustrated the second time through with all these little niggles. Because it's just a simple fact. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about all this. This is the Muppets. Right? This is one of the biggest franchises out there. It existed long before Spyro. This had money behind it. This had the voice cast behind it. You know, this had people behind it, manpower, and also it had, you know, the work of its predecessors to build on. Spyro, by today's standards, Spyro, the original Spyro, would be considered an indie game. It was made by a small team that had never made a game before. That was most teams back in 1998, but the fact is, they had to invent Spyro as they went. They figured it all out from the ground up. And they did everything better 2 years before this game. With a shoestring budget and no pre-existing knowledge. And that really just makes me... Like, taken as its own thing, taken by itself, this game is fine, right? It's fine. It's not bad. But with all this context surrounding it, I can't, it's almost, I almost want to call it inexcusable, you know? I'm just now noticing this music isn't what I thought it was. Huh. Anyway, maybe it's just playing all the tracks, I don't know. Anyway. It feels like, it feels really rough. A lot rougher than it has any right to be. Like, even setting aside the collision, like, there are bugs in this game that are so easy to trigger. Like, when you... The one that comes to mind is when you do a race minigame and then you lose, and if you, like, tap past the try again message before Pepe stops speaking his try again line, the music just doesn't start. Like, that's such a simple bug. How do you miss that? I hate that I don't love this game, right? But it feels like a cash grab. I'm sorry. It feels like it was made just to cash in on the trend rather than because the devs wanted to make something fun. And that's just really depressing. Also, I want to talk about the ending. So, first of all, I want to show you what happens if you don't 100% the game before you beat the final boss. So this is the screen you get if you beat the final boss without collecting all the evil energy. Get 100% or the evil could return is an interesting thing to say, considering you have to watch the scene establishing it was all a dream first. I either have or will say more on that when I get to it. The credits do follow from this, interestingly, but if you beat the final boss again, you don't get this scene again. Only the first time you beat the final boss do you get anything, which is an interesting choice. And then, And here's what happens if you leave a level after you get all the evil energy if you've already beaten the final boss. Yes, this is the evil energy I saved for the for the sake of this experiment. What other evil energy would it be? So anyway, now that I have all the evil energy, interestingly, you do also have to have all the Muppet tokens for this to happen. But yeah, you leave a level after you get the last thing in the game, and it just immediately smash cuts to the curtain call. This is the reward for 100%ing the game. It does get you the credits a second time, which is nice, I guess. Oh dear. Yeah. Interestingly enough, if you get all the evil energy but not all the Muppet tokens before you beat the final boss, you still get that message saying that you still have to collect evil energy, which implies the Muppet tokens are made of evil energy, I guess? Which would be interesting. You know, that would be an interesting idea. That, like, Muppet tokens are a special concentrated form of evil energy that will unlock the path to the bosses. That's a neat concept. They didn't do anything with it. They didn't make it explicit, but it's a neat idea. But as for the story, this game, it needed, okay, the fact that you beat the final boss and he explains what happened, that he was making a machine to make things good and he turned the dial the wrong way. First of all, that's so Muppets. That is such a Muppets plot point, and they could have run with it. They could have made it what actually happened. They didn't have to go with the "it was all a dream" thing because that would work for the Muppets. But for them to smash cut to that from that explanation to Robin waking up is so abrupt and so jarring. And for them to go with the "it was all a dream" or was it? It doesn't really work here. What they needed to do was there needed to be another cutscene between the final boss ending dialogue and the final cutscene, where maybe Baron Honeydew says, oh, you know, turns out my machine failed and I was trapped in this nightmare, and I asked you, I called on you from your dreams to help me. Or maybe he said, you know, I could make it so that this night was all a dream to everyone and none of this ever happened. Or some like nonsense Deus Ex Machina, right? And they could have done that. And they should have done that. Because then we'd be left to wonder, was it a dream or wasn't it? Now, I'm not a fan of the "it was all a dream" thing, no matter the context, because basically, if you craft a story, right, even if it is a dream, I'm gonna get invested because I want the story to mean something. And then if you end it with "it was all a dream," you're basically slapping me in the face for getting invested in that story. I don't care what symbolism it may contain or, you know, what real-world allegories it might contain compared to the quote-unquote real world of the story that the dream is taking place in. You know, even like Klonoa doesn't do that because while it was technically all a dream, it's made clear that Klonoa travels to other worlds and saves them while he's asleep. And it was real. It's just he was dreaming. But it was real. But if you're gonna say it was just a dream and that's it, I just feel offended because I wanted to get invested in the story and now you're punishing me for that. If you're gonna do "it was all a dream" or was it, have an alternate explanation. You have to do that. This game didn't give us one. It skipped that. And what might have been interesting, and going back to the other side of this game's ending, is if you 100% the game, you get another level, as I mentioned earlier. And then for clearing that level, you get what actually happened. Still wouldn't have been great, but it would have been something. As it is, what's really sad is that this game has a lot of problems, and so many of them could have been fixed fairly easily. The ending? Add a cutscene. a transitionary cutscene. Half the problems with the mechanics make the animations not matter so much. Either change what the animation means so that the action starts even before the animation says it does, or change the animation so the thing happens instantly. One or the other. Or both. You could do both depending on the situation. The health, just don't have it run away. You know, test the collision on your platforms a little more, bug test a little with the audio, and this game could have been fantastic. But as it is, yeah, I'm glad I'm done with it. And that makes me sad. I don't want to end on a sour note, especially when I am still going on hiatus. I was hoping it would only be for a couple months. It's looking like it might be longer. Fingers crossed it's not. But, you know, life will go at the speed that it does. When I finally have and am closing in on a return date, when I actually have the start of the next series recorded again, I will post a poll asking what I should play after the next game. So that'll be your major cue that I'm going to be back. So if you care, keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I hate to end on a sour note because I don't like having negativity on this channel. I end every video saying thank you for watching if you did. And the reason I say that always is because there are functionally infinite other videos you could be watching right now besides this one. There's trillions of hours of content on YouTube. So if you decide to take some of your limited time in this world to watch something I made, I am honored, and my only hope is that you got some amount of entertainment out of it, that it brought some sort of amusement or joy or brightness to your day, even just a little bit. That's the only reason I post anything on the internet, be it a fanfic or a video or whatever. I just want someone to enjoy something that I made because I felt like it. So I hate that this has to go on a sour note, but, you know, it is what it is. So thank you for watching if you did. And whenever it happens to be, I look forward to seeing you next time.